Hey guys, and welcome back to the VERKERK Volvo build. And now we're moving on to part 6, and we ended it in the last one with the end of part 5, which was the airbags and fitting these airbags. It was a bit of a confusing one because we didn't know it would have worked out until I'd actually put it together with glue. If you remember, I was on about the original being on the springs. So yeah, it all worked out with glue. It held up alright, and they do rotate and position into place where you need them to be. So I'm really happy with that in the end. And in this one, moving on, we're going to be constructing up the rear diff. Now, it's only a few parts. I've just popped all the parts needed and just popped them into this little bag. Like I said, there's not much, and we're just going to do this step 6, and then we'll come back in another video and we'll do step 7 and step 8, which is the rear axle casing and the bearings and the little light drive diff, the gear that comes off the prop shaft to rotate the diff. So we'll do that one in the next episode, and that'll be step 7 and 8 out of the way. And then it's coming on to basically the rear axle mounts and the arms on where to sit the axle and stuff. And yeah, that's much more progress. And then it's the airbags and prop shaft, and then I'm presuming onto the chassis point. So I'm going to break a lot of this down now to make it more of a simple step by step, and it's not too much. So the rear axle diff. So first things first, I'm going to just trim up all these little part edges and stuff where we've broken off the trees, and get them all nice and neat. So now that's all done, you may have noticed these gears, they are constructed from nylon and not like the usual metal diff gears and bevels and stuff you'd find in the Tamiya. However, this isn't a fast running truck, and nor is it going to be under any stress. Well, mine in particular isn't. I don't know about yours, but nylon does have a good reputation of holding up. But no doubt there may be metal gears you could replace these with in the future, or I suppose if you shopped about you may find these in metal. So, but it's not an issue to me. Anyway, on to the first part. So the first bit is I'm going to need this, that is metal, and there's smaller ones and your taller ones, so we're going to need the taller one, and by the look of that, that's going to just sit inside this little hole there. And this is where it may get a little bit fiddly, but is there a front and back to that? No, so this one's going to go into there. Like I say, this is fiddly because we have to then get these little gears, and one's to sit on the bottom with the gears facing toward the middle, and the other one is to the top, and then we're going to hold it all together at this part here. There we go. A little bit fiddly, but you can kind of see how that's gone together. So now we're going to need to hold this bar in with a little grub screw here. So we've got a small grub screw there. Now it doesn't say anything as to needing Loctite, so there are areas in the manual where Loctite is required and stuff, but it's just going to bite against that arm through there, and that'll just prevent it from falling out. So we're going to need a really small Allen size bit. Now then, so now we've got a nice small bit, and that is a H09, so it's a really small Allen key. And now we're just going to screw that into there basically till it bites, and then just give it an extra little tighten up. There we go. So it's not too difficult, but a little bit fiddly. Now there's also no mention of greasing these gears either. However, I will be using some grease. So now the next step is the other taller gear bevel, and that's just gonna sit basically against the other two flat ones, and that will sit over it there on the top, locking it into place. And then to the rear we've got the 4 tiny screws, and that's just going to thread through the little threaded holes on the back of the big brass bit there. I'm not going to just tighten them up yet until all 4 are in. I'll just work that in like a little cross motion. Then just give them all a little bit finger tight again, just to make sure that they're all tight enough in place, but not over tight. And that, guys, is step 6. So a relatively easy one, and in the next one we'll come back, and as I say, we'll do 7 and 8 of the axle housing and the other gear to drive the diff. Slowly making progress, enjoying it so far, and getting a bit more eager to see more as it comes on. And yeah, I'm actually looking forward to getting it finished. Still no wiser with the colour choice yet, which I really do need to start booking up and having a serious think on what colours I do need. Then I can start getting some parts pre-painted and primed and stuff ready for putting it all together. Anyway, hope you liked the video. Do feel free to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I shall catch you guys in the next video. Ciao for now, guys.